Newport Beach is certainly one of California's greatest vacation spots, if not only here in California, in the entire world. And so you may be wanting to come here, whether it's a weekend stay to catch some surf or to invest in real estate in this coastal paradise. And today I'm going to walk you through, is it a good place to invest in real estate? The short answer is yes, but I'll give you 4 key things to think about as we dive in. So key point number 1 is that not everywhere in Newport Beach is eligible for short-term rentals. We are a city that embraces it, but you have to be in the right zone. Essentially, if you're in an R1 neighborhood, which means residential zone for one property, this is like where your elementary schools are and things like this, just sort of a regular family neighborhood, is not going to qualify for short-term rentals. So you actually have to find a property in the R2 zone, which is essentially condo zoning, and there's a big chunk of this R2 zone on the Newport Beach Peninsula, as well as in Corona del Mar Village. But to find exactly where they are, you may not have them memorized like I do. You can look on the Newport Beach city map, which I'll link to in this video, or you can just simply email me and I'll show you on the map where to find these zones so you can buy a property in the right zone if short-term rental is your game. Key point number 2 is that you will need both a business license as well as a permit to operate this short-term rental. So what this means is the business license is super easy, but the permitting is where the catch comes in. So there's actually only allowed in Newport Beach 1,550 total short-term rentals. They wanted to put a cap on it so that our entire community doesn't become short-term rentals. So 1,550 is the cap. And the catch is that there are already 671 people on the waiting list to get their permits. So I will also link to that in this video so you can see the actual houses on the waiting list, and you can see how far down they are on the waiting list, and you can even research individual addresses to see if they already have a permit. Number 3 that you need to think about is the easiest way to get into the short-term rental game because of this permit cap is to buy a property with a permit already in place, because they are transferable, which is super nice to have. Or you could potentially find a property that may not already have the permit but is very high on the waiting list, so you won't be too far waiting. But if you're number 671 on the list, or not even on the list at all, it's unlikely that you would be able to rent your property at all, let alone anytime soon. So these are definitely things to consider. So the easiest way to get in is to find a property with a permit already in place, which of course I can help you with as well. Key point number 4, this is my insider tip for any and all people who want to invest in short-term rentals, and this is to do your research not just based on the realtor's free advice of thinking that it's going to be a good investment, or even any property management company, or even just your own gut, just knowing that you always rent and they're always full, so you think you should do pretty good. I'm a big believer in data, so I wanted to share with you a website that I use regularly. It's called airdna.co. Also a link to that below. I have no affiliation with them. I don't get anything for mentioning them, but it's just a really good tool, and they will share with you the occupancy rates, as well as how much you can expect per night, depending if you're buying a 3-bedroom versus 4-bedroom. So super helpful data. Definitely recommend you check out their site, and you will see when you log in there that Newport Beach is of course a highly rated market in terms of investing here. So it's a great website for your research. So with that, investing in Newport Beach certainly has its appeal. You just want to be smart about it and check the zoning, check that you can have a permit there, check that there may already be a permit there, and then of course you want to do your research to find out the occupancy rates and all of these good things. And the easiest way to buy property in Newport Beach, if you're looking for specifically short-term rental income, would be to contact me. I love working with investors and analyzing the data. So if I could be a resource to you, you guys feel free to call or text me anytime. And thanks for watching my video.